What's up, YouTube? Your boy AJ Talk Sports. We're back at it again live with another best ball draft. This time, coming at you guys from the 110. And the draft already kicked off, as you all see. And we went ahead and started Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers from the 1.10. It is July 8th at 11:30 a.m. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. The wormhole has opened and we have walked through. Our future self and God has opened up that wormhole for us, and we have walked through last night in our sleep. So woke up this morning, gave thanks and gratitude for my life and for my freedom, ate breakfast, went for a walk, read a little book called Ride the Tiger, a couple pages of that, and now we're just entering in this draft room and just trusting the process and drafting the team that needs to be drafted here today. So that's what we're doing here today, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. We started Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers simply due to the fact that I believe that both Jeanty and Bowers are transcendent talents in the best offensive environment, potentially of their entire careers, given that there is no other receiving competition on this team for both Jeanty and Bowers. And I believe Mendoza and Kirk Cousins and the offensive line and Clint Kubiak is kind of a triangle of stability that will support an elite offensive environment to produce elite fantasy production. And I think Jeanty and Bowers are now going to be put in a position for the first time in their careers in the NFL to not, rely solely on their talent, but actually get schemed up properly. And so it's going to be a combination of scheme plus their talent that I think ascends them to their highest potential. And as you guys see here, my number 16th overall ranked player, Colston Loveland, is on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and snag him right here as our second tight end here. At pick 34. I do have Colston Loveland ranked at pick 16, as you all saw. I have Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty ranked 101 and 102 respectively. So to be able to get 3 top 16 ranked players is a beautiful, beautiful thing that I'm grateful for. I truly believe, similar to the reasoning that we laid out for Jeanty and Bowers, I believe the triangle of Caleb Williams, the offensive line, and Ben Johnson is even a stronger foundation to build on. And I believe Colston Loveland is the second most talented tight end in the National Football League, behind Brock Bowers at this point. And I believe Colston Loveland, has 1,300, 1,400 yard potential. And I believe, accessing that production and that upside in our flex spot is a truly, truly rare and unique thing that gives this team just tremendous, tremendous upside. So I'm very fortunate to be able to draft Bowers and Loveland on the same team. And my number 25 overall ranked player is Luther Burden. And fortunately enough, we're going to be able to go ahead and select him right here today at 39. And this is my favorite start in fantasy football in 2026. It's a Jeanty, Bowers, Loveland, Burden start. I believe we are getting the 2 premier players on 2 of the most explosive, talented offenses and most consolidated offenses in the National Football League. And I believe Luther Burden is a Amon-Ra / Jamar Chase hybrid type player. I believe Luther Burden can win at all quadrants of the field, underneath, intermediate, and deep. And I believe he's the only Bears wide receiver that can do that. Really the only Bears receiver that can do that. I think Colston Loveland is very good underneath and intermediate. I just believe Luther Burden is the most talented player on this team overall from a receiving perspective. And so we're very fortunate to be able to get him and Loveland on the same team with the Jeanty Bowers start and allow this team to come to fruition as it was meant to. Uh, I want to hit on this idea of the triangle, guys. This is kind of a new concept that I've been thinking about after watching a lot of, I haven't even been watching a lot, but after watching soccer in the World Cup, the way that teams attack in soccer is through a triangle, where it's the three attackers who are synergistically working together, and honestly, like some kind of organism, working through the defense and finding the creases and cracks in the defense, and they're so synergistically connected, from a conscious perspective and a present perspective, that's what makes them unstoppable. They have that. What I've noticed about soccer players, guys, like Messi, Vinicius Jr. on Brazil, Holland, they have this ability when the ball comes to them, that they're just totally present in the moment and they're playing at their own speed, and their chemistry and their synergy with the other players on their team is just so dialed in because they're just so present in the moment. And this idea of the triangle, and having those three attackers be kind of like that organism that flows to score, is kind of unstoppable, is what we've also seen in basketball lead to 6 championships for Michael Jordan, in the triangle offense for Phil Jackson, who was a big proponent in mindfulness, meditation, very spiritual coach, and understood that the synergy between 3 players and forming a triangle, which is the simplest geometric shape that you can make, with 3 vertices and 3 points, I should say. That is the key. That's kind of, I'm seeing in soccer, I've seen it in basketball, and I'm applying it now to fantasy football when I'm looking at the offensive environments that can produce truly unstoppable, outcomes, is looking at coach, offensive line, and quarterback production being kind of like that trifecta pyramid. And, the players that are on the rest of that team are kind of products of that environment. So back on the clock here, DeAndre Swift comes back to us. You can look at taking him or a second receiver. Let's go ahead and take DeAndre Swift. We talked about this offense, this Bears offense being just ultra productive and talented. So I love getting the running back, who's the most talented running back in this backfield, bar none, ingratiated into this offense. And DeAndre Swift, we know, is extremely elite talent, and we understand that these players are products of that triangle. And so to be able to get Loveland, Burden, and Swift together here is a beautiful, beautiful thing, that allows this team a lot of flexibility and fluidity, that we're building out here. Our friend here, Will Shea, is drafting here. He goes with Tyler Warren and Odunze. Drake May goes. By ADP, Joe Burrow is still there. Brian Thomas Jr., Parker Washington. I'm going to go ahead and take Brian Thomas Jr. right here. I can't get over the fact that Brian Thomas Jr. posted 1,250 yards as a rookie. And he's really only going here in the 6th round because he had a poor performance last year due to injuries, due to kind of some mental issues, and due to kind of this new Liam Cohen offense just being a different play style that BTJ wasn't used to. And all reports are this offseason that Brian Thomas Jr. has really taken that step forward in his development and really kind of returned to full health. And I mean, with his talent, guys, and his upside, we know he's, a 99th percentile athlete at 6'3", 215. Just by far and away the most talented wideout. And I think the Jaguars offense, we talked about that trifecta, Trevor Lawrence, Liam Cohen, and a decent offensive line being able to produce just truly elite outcomes for the receivers. And I don't think there's any running backs or tight ends on this team who's going to command a significant target share. And I think, combination of Parker Washington, Brian Thomas Jr., Jacoby Myers, and Travis Hunter sprinkled in they're all going to be wins for fantasy. And Brian Thomas Jr. to me is the best red zone threat amongst those receivers, and is the most explosive player down the field amongst those receivers as well. And so I'll be just very fortunate to be able to get him here and access to this Jaguars triangle at pick 63. So that's just an amazing thing. So we're letting kind of that triangle be the, I guess you can say, foundational building blocks of how we're thinking about offensive environments, thinking about fantasy players, and understanding that these players, they're not in a vacuum. We're all part of an ecosystem. We're all part of a living organism. And in fantasy football and in football, that living organism is the offensive environment and the offensive ecosystem, which is built from the head coach, the offensive line, and the quarterback. So that's kind of what we're thinking about here today. We're starting here at the 10 hole with Genty, Bowers, Loveland, Burden, Swift, Brian Thomas Jr. Very nice start. Got the trifecta within the trifecta from the Chicago Bears with Swift in the backfield, Burden out wide, and Loveland in the intermediate. Have the two pillars of the Vegas offense with Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers. And to me, the most explosive weapon on the Jacksonville Jaguars and Brian Thomas Jr. So loving this start, guys. Loving the start. And fortunately enough, Caleb Williams comes all the way back to us here, 10 picks past ADP, as we're able to push him past his ADP, and we're able to snag Brian Thomas Jr. there instead, our receiver, which I think is a massive unlock from a talent perspective for this receiving core. So very fortunate about that. And that was truly thanks to our friend Wilshay drafting Rome at 61. So no one else was tempted to build up that Bear stack. So it's a very beautiful, fun team. So we complete the trifecta within the trifecta for the Bears and do Caleb Williams stacked up with DeAndre Swift, Luther Burden, and Colston Loveland. And that's going to be a very fruitful combination there throughout the entire season. Rico Dowdle, Dak Prescott at the turn with Alec Pierce at 83. Looking at best players available by ADP, it's Sutton, Harvey, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, Sam Laporta, Jaden Reed. Trevor Lawrence here is really nice. Adds that stack for us. I quite like Trevor right here. I think it's a really, really fun way to play it. Trevor, Brian Thomas Jr. stack with Caleb Williams, Swift, Burden, Loveland, and Bowers and Genty. I like that a lot. I believe that gives us access to 2 elite quarterbacks in Trevor Lawrence and Caleb Williams, who both can score 40 points in any given game. Combining them with their top receiving options in Brian Thomas Jr., Burden, Loveland, and the top running back in Swift is really, really fun. And to me, there was no other players in this 8th round that really warrant a selection over Trevor Lawrence. I believe the Jaguars ecosystem is the best out of the options that were available to us, and I believe taking that second quarterback here allows us a lot of freedom in the rest of this draft to just I think it allows us a lot of freedom going forward. So I like that quite a bit. We're now sitting with a 2-2-2-2 build through 8 rounds, as you guys see. 2 quarterbacks, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and 2 tight ends. I believe this is a really, really fun start that just came together, as you said, as it was meant to be. So I'm liking it quite a bit. I'm very fortunate for the board and ourselves to be drafting this team here together. I like that quite a bit. And I believe we're Burden and Brian Thomas Jr. We have the 2 premier receivers for potentially the 2 best passing offenses in the National Football League. I believe Genty is the best running back in the NFL. I believe we have the best tight ends in the NFL and the 2 best quarterbacks potentially in the NFL this year, with Caleb and Trevor Lawrence entering their primes and their offensive ecosystems just truly coming together in a really nice way for all of them here this year. So I like this quite a bit. Swift in a full PPR format is beautiful. Genty as well in a full PPR format is amazing. So very, very fortunate, as I said. There goes Fan and Jaden Reed. Really nice turn by our friend Jeremy Boo 901. I love that. We see the Mahomes Rashke Worthy turn for C Barnwell or Barwell. We see Sutton falling in drafts. I think that makes sense with the acquisition of Jalen Waddle and also Jonah Coleman. So I think we're going to see a regression in passing volume for the Broncos, and obviously elite target competition added with Jalen Waddle. So we see the Purdy, Kittle, Mike Evans stack. That's very common in the middle of the boards I've seen these days. The nice Justin Herbert, Quentin Johnston, Lad McConkey stack with a Kenneth Walker bringback. That's also very, very fun. With Amon-Ra and Laporta, and there goes Jared Goff as well. So it's a very fun stack as well. Shout out to Tay Geese for that team. There goes Jordan Love to the Christian Watson drafter. So a couple quarterbacks go. Jonathan Brooks stands as the best pick by ADP. Blake Corum, Pearsall, Wandale. I quite like Blake Corum right here, guys. I really do. So I'm going to go ahead and select him. I mean, I think the bet between him and Jonathan Brooks, if this has to be Corum, for the simple fact that I think Corum is just as good of a player. And I think the Rams' offensive environment, their triangle, is a much better ecosystem I want to invest in with Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, and that strong offensive line, and obviously that generational defense versus Bryce Young, a good offensive line, and the head coach for the Panthers, Dave Canales, I'm just more confident investing into the Rams offensive environment, and both are in split backfields. Jonathan Brooks and Corum are in split backfield. So their role today as it stands is very similar. So to me, Corum is just the proper pick here at 106. Here's the draft by ADP. So, a couple things we can do here. Pearsall, Jacoby Myers, Kincaid stand out here. I'm leaning towards Jacoby Myers being the right pick here. And we auto-draft Rondé Gadsden at 111. So that wasn't optimal because we could have got Rondé Gadsden at 130, 135, and we just missed out on a really good receiver to add to this team in Pearsall or Jacoby Myers, who could have been a critical, component of this team. But 111 is the prophecy number, and Rondé Gadsden is my most drafted player across all fantasy football formats. So honestly, totally fine to be able to draft him right here at 111. I have him ranked at pick 65. So with that being said, I think it's totally fine to get him here. And I think it's going to unlock some fun options for us actually. At 130, 135, where we usually would select Gadsden in this range, we're now freed up to draft someone else there. So I think that's actually beneficial to us in the long run. So trust the universe, trust that auto draft happening. Totally fine by me. Getting access to this Chargers triangle and the tight end, who I believe is one of the most talented receivers on this team and the most quarterback friendly on this team, just operating in the middle of the field for Justin Herbert in this Chargers offense. We look at the triangle for the Chargers: Jim Harbaugh and Mike McDaniels, an elite offensive line with Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, Tyler Biadasz on the interior, Isaiah World as well. And obviously Justin Herbert as operating as quarterback. And so any piece of this Chargers offense is an amazing investment to make. And, Rondé Gadsden, as I said, I have ranked in the 60s. So very okay to be able to get him here at 111, the prophecy number. And that's just an omen. And then we've allowed that wormhole to open up for us, and we walk through it. So that's what going to open up some really fun options here at 130, 135, and 154 for us. So trusting in that. See Pearsall, Golden, Higgins, Jacoby Myers, Wandale go. Pretty fun range for receivers, in my opinion. I don't know why anyone would dislike any of these guys. I think they're all good picks in the 10th, 11th rounds. I think they're much better picks than the tight ends and quarterbacks and running backs to go in this range right here in the 10th round. So outside of Gadsden. So now we're sitting here, and we have the option to select Khalil Shakir, which I'm going to go ahead and do in a full PPR format. I think that's a massive win. I love Khalil Shakir. And in a full PPR format, he could honestly quite easily be a much better pick than Pearsall or Jacoby Myers or any of those guys. So very happy to get him at 130. I think he's going to have a breakout year for the Bills. Embiid, the actual wide receiver one on the Bills. Been in this offense for 5 years now. A lot of continuity with Josh Allen and Joe Brady. They brought in DJ Moore to take away that coverage on the outside. Shakir has now come off his ankle surgery. I think he's going to be returning to full health and full explosiveness. Has dealt with back-to-back years of high ankle sprains. I think we're going to see the best from Khalil Shakir this year. Golden Tate type breakout is what I'm foreseeing for him. And Golden Tate broke out in year 5. So shout out to Player Profiler for that comp. It's a beautiful comp for Khalil Shakir, who we know is a really good football player. We do know that. Jalen Coker, Stephon Diggs, Rashid Shaheed. Let's go Stephon Diggs. We talked about the triangle being the environment. I love Jalen Coker as a talent. Obviously, we don't know Stephon Diggs' offensive environment, but I'm willing to take the leap of faith that Stephon Diggs' offensive and triangle is going to be better than Bryce Young and Dave Canales. And I believe Stephon Diggs, where he signs, is going to be in a better offensive environment than Jalen Coker. And I think Stephon Diggs is still a very, very good football player. So I think that's the correct pick there, especially in a full PPR format. Diggs is a target hog. So very happy to get him at 135. And we're able to get Diggs and Shakir there because of our pick at Aronde Gadsden at 111. So that's very, very nice. That's very, very nice indeed. Putting Diggs at the wide receiver 4 on your team is really, really solid. 12th round Stephon Diggs. It's a beautiful thing. I look at Shakir and I look at Josh Downs and I'm like, are these not the same bets? Khalil Shakir's environment is much better than Josh Downs. Very similar roles in the offense. I don't know. Josh Allen versus Daniel Jones. I think it's just, narrative and favoritism between the two. And Khalil Shakir's had a more productive career up to this point. I believe Josh Downs is entering year 4 in his career as well. Shakir year 5. So that 40 pick difference in ADP, I think, is just pure. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about that. There goes McMillan and Strange. There goes Omar Cooper Jr. Juwan Johnson. The missile would have been really fun to add to this team at 154, but I feel amazing at running back with Corum, Swift, and Genty. So Algier, Juwan Jennings. All right, we're back on the clock. By ADP is Chris Rodriguez, would be the running back for this team. 20 picks past his ADP. Travis Hunter as well. I'm going to go ahead and take Travis Hunter from a receiving correlation perspective. I like Travis Hunter right here. Chris Rodriguez is coming off a foot surgery. Yeah. Very interesting for Chris Rodriguez. That's why he's falling in these rooms. There goes Rodriguez. I think in a full PPR format, it's okay to not get Rodriguez. I like Travis Hunter's upside as a second stack partner with Trevor Lawrence. It's really, really fun. By ADP, this is how I have it. We can look at Sadiq. Really fun right here, to be honest with you guys. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's pull the trigger on Kenyon Sadiq. Super talented player. Fourth tight end for this team. I think his upside and explosiveness in any given week is just tremendous. Drafted 16th overall, runs a 4.3 at tight end is amazing. So I love his ability, and I love his uniqueness to this team to be added here. It's quite fun. It's quite fun indeed. And I think let's talk about this turn here. So we want Travis Hunter, who was drafted 2nd overall in the NFL draft last year, guys, and is a part of this Jaguars triangle, as we've talked about, and we invested in the 6th and 8th rounds. I think Travis Hunter is extremely talented, obviously, number 2 overall pick. Coming off this injury, he's already running, and he's a freak. He's just a freak Twitch athlete, guys. We know that. And I think the Jaguars are going to continue to do everything they can to get the ball to Travis Hunter because of their investment in him, number 2 overall. So to be able to get access to him as our 6th receiver or 5th receiver at 154, I think is really, really beautiful. That's something I'm very happy to do, and obviously correlates beautifully with this team. And Kenyon Sadiq, truly, honestly, a total wild card player. But this Jets triangle, guys, I think is actually a bit better than consensus. The Jets' offensive line is very good. I would say top 10 in the NFL. I think Geno Smith, the pocket, is a average quarterback, if not above average. And I think Frank Reich is, not some wizard offensive coordinator, but he's just a throwback offensive mind. And with Geno Smith, who's a throwback quarterback, pocket passer, I think that actually works. And Geno's been in the NFL for 20 years, Frank Reich's been in the NFL for 20 years. These guys understand football. And, I think they're going to be, playing prop, they're just going to, I think it's actually going to work. It's from an offensive perspective. So I like that. I like that ability to get Sadiq right here at 159. Coming back up on the clock here, Tesla is available at about 10 days past his ADP. Geno Smith, as we just talked about, Zach Branch, Terrence Ferguson. Tesla is there, guys, and you know what? We have this Bears build out. Tesla is a fun bring back in week 17 versus them. The cheapest bring back you can possibly get, but I think that's fine. He's a touchdown machine. And the Lions triangle has been stable for many, many years. Dan Campbell, good offensive line, Jared Goff. I think Tesla is a solid investment at 178 for this bring back team. Looking at players available at this point, sitting at a 2-3-6-4 build. Wicks, Blue, Lloyd, Gino. I think Branch here, to me, stands out as a really good pick, guys. This is a full PPR format. What we know about Zachariah Branch is he's an absolute target magnet, target hog. I think he's going to carve out a role for him and this Falcons offense just with his explosiveness, his get him the ball in so many different ways. And I think in PPR, it's going to be a cheat code. I think there's going to be games where he has 10 targets. And I think he's a perfect skill match with Tua, who's not looking to bomb it away down the field to Drake London or Kyle Pitts. He's looking to check the ball down, get the ball out of his hands quickly in the screen game underneath. And Zach Branch is the best receiver on this entire team at doing just that. So I think it's a really fun turn with Tesla and Branch. Tesla as the bring back and Branch as just a target hog for this team. I like that quite a bit. Still feel really strong at running back with Swift, Corum, and Genty. So not really forcing anything there. Receiving, I feel amazing with Burden, BT Jakes, Shakir, Diggs, Travis Hunter, Tesla, and Branch. Tight end, I feel obviously amazing with Sadiq, Gaston, Bowers, and Loveland. And that quarterback, we got Caleb and Trevor Lawrence. So we're set there as well. So we have a lot of freedom with these last 4 picks. A lot of freedom. There goes Tyreek. Thinking about this team, guys. Thinking about this team. By my ranks, Adam Randall is going to be an addition to this team. The good thing about Isaiah Davis as well, at running back, correlates with Sadiq. Marshawn Lloyd's a really good player, very talented on this Packers offense. Great receiver as well. Ayuk remains there. I think Ayuk's still a good investment, to be honest with you guys. At these prices, you're not. It's just a. You have to. It's just a. It's a great pick. I think Keenan Allen's also a very good pick. Had a 31-point game last year. Started the season with 20, 20, 20. I like Demario Douglas a lot this year, guys. I want to get him on this team. I think he has a lot of explosiveness and a lot of upside. By ADP, it would be Ayuk right here. I'm going to buy the fear. I'm going to buy the fear with Ayuk. Three picks left. I do feel very strongly about Demario Douglas being a really good addition to this team for this receiving core. That's where we're going to need points on this team, is at the receiving position. So I'm going to make him a lock on this team. Now, Marshawn Lloyd and Isaiah Davis. That's the next question. That is the next question for us on this team. Emmett Johnson is there as well. Let's click the button on Marshawn Lloyd. Let's click the button on him. At 207, it's a good bet to make. With his talent, guys, 220 pounds, very good receiver out of the backfield. Spent all of last year rehabbing his body and rebuilding strength in his hamstrings and other areas of his body where he was weak. I think with this Packers offense, he could really be a significant piece of it. And they didn't bring in any running backs this offseason, so I think they have belief in him, quite honestly. If they're not giving up on him, I'm not going to give up on him. And Ayuk at 200, guys, is just, to me, a no-brainer. With his upside, what he's done in his career, now 2 years removed from his injury, I think it's just well worth the selection. When you're in the range of players like Cooper Kupp, Pat Bryant, Rashad Bateman, I think getting a player who's put up a 1,350-yard season 2 years ago is just a great bet to make. This is a really sick team, guys. Really sick team. At running back, we got Marshawn Lloyd, Corum, Swift, and Genty. At tight end, we got Bowers, Loveland, Gadsden, and Shadik. Receiver, we're sitting at Burden, BTJ, Shakir, Diggs, Travis Hunter, Tesla, Zach Branch, and Ayuk. Very fun team. I think I'm going to end this team, guys, with Isaiah Davis and Demario Douglas. And that's how we're going to end it. I think Isaiah Davis is just going to be like 0% drafted. Correlates with Sadiq. I like the Jets schedule a lot in the playoffs. They play the Cardinals, the Patriots, and the Vikings. Randall's really good as well. But, I mean, the Ravens play Baltimore Ravens play Steelers, Browns, and Bengals. All outside. I like Isaiah Davis a lot for some reason. Not for some reason, I know. He's just a really good football player, guys. He's a really, really good football player. And a smart team would honestly trade for him if they need a running back this year. So I'm gonna pick him up right here. So I think Isaiah Davis is gonna be up for a contract after this year. And if the Jets aren't planning to extend him, because they just paid Breece Hall, if they can get some kind of draft capital for Isaiah Davis, that would be smart. So I'm gonna take him on this team. Correlates with Sadiq, if not. And Demario Douglas to me is going to be the second leading target earner on the Patriots behind, obviously, A.J. Brown. I think Demario Douglas is super underrated, super explosive, and everything I've seen from the Patriots is that they want to get Demario Douglas the ball more, and they created more space for him with the additions of A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs. So let's go ahead and do Isaiah Davis right here. Welcome to the team, Mr. Davis. And Demario Douglas has proven that he can put up 20 points at receiver, guys, and we need that. With this receiving core, we need that. We need as much juice as we can get. Drake May's top slot option. It's an absolute great pick, in my opinion. Darnell Washington, all right. We're going to close it out with Demario Douglas right here, guys. After our friend Shubadank goes. At 2-3-1. Bang. Welcome to the team of Demario Douglas, and there you have it, guys. The team that was meant to be drafted today, this morning here, after the portal has been opened and we walked through. Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, DeAndre Swift, Brian Thomas Jr., Caleb Williams, Trevor Lawrence, Blake Corum, Oronde Gadsden, Khalil Shakir, Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, Kenyon Sadiq, Isaac Tesla, Zachariah Branch, Brandon Ayuk, Marshawn Lloyd, Isaiah Davis, and Demario Douglas, Pop Dougie, to close it out. Love this team, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it as well. This has been AJ Talk Sports, aka Cash Money 98. Signing out. Have a beautiful day. See ya.